back in the summer of 2019, I went to Notting Hill Carnival for the first time. And it was quite something. It was a lot of fun. The first thing I want to mention is, for some reason, it really wasn't quite what I was expecting. Growing up around London, you hear about it, it's on the news when it comes around every year, and the photos are often, fantastic and colourful and everything, and it seemed like a really cool thing to do. But I was surprised about when I got there, how little I actually knew about it. I went on a spur of a moment decision with two of my friends from uni, and we had a great time. We really did. We thoroughly enjoyed the day. How did it differ compared to what I expected? I genuinely thought it was like a parade more than anything, where when you see all these colourful costumes and everything, I thought it was more of a parade of people going by and you would stand on the side of the road, sort of like Mardi Gras, and they throw beads to you, and that's the kind of stuff I was expecting. Boy, I was wrong. It's a full-on party carnival in the streets. It's insane. There was a lot I loved about it. I love it when cities or parts of cities gets turned into something completely different to what it usually is. So when Notting Hill Carnival happens, this area of London in Notting Hill just gets completely shut down and it just becomes this massive street party for the weekend. And it's on a bank holiday, so it's a sort of 3-day weekend, and it's amazing. It feels like a completely different place. There were some amazing food and drink vendors, stuff I'd never had before that one of my university friends recommended I tried, like goat curry, which was very nice, although it was full of sort of goat bones, so being able to sort of pick through and get out the bones when I was walking through this carnival with a disposable plate thingy was rather difficult, but it was very tasty. I won't say no to that again. That was very nice. Also, I've forgotten the name of it. Punch, I think it was called Rum Punch. Rum Punch, I think it was called Rum Punch, which was this delicious rum punch that is very famous, apparently, and very much of the carnival, and it was so good. It was expensive, obviously everything was there, and I wish I could have had more of it, but it was very expensive, but I thoroughly enjoyed the cup of it I had, and if I'm ever offered it again, I will definitely say yes. Pretty sure it's called Rum Punch. But the main body of the carnival basically took place on these roads where there were hordes of people. People just filling the streets with these massive trucks that had been kitted out with the biggest speakers I have ever seen.
Let me go! Job, you have to understand the true fundamentals of a real job.
And behind a lot of these trucks, if not all of them, were the dancers from that particular organisation or dance troupe or whatever, and that's where you see a lot of the costumes, the amazing colourful costumes. I have probably never seen so much colour in my entire life. I can't imagine what Carnival must be like down in Brazil, because if it's anything more than what I see, in Notting Hill Carnival, it must be just beyond comprehension. The music is insanely loud. Like, I understand why the speakers have to be so big, because the noise they produce is phenomenal. It's an amazing selection of music. There's often performers on the trucks, like standing at the top, rapping or MCing. And it's literally just a massive, and maybe that's why they call it Notting Hill Carnival, but it's just a massive carnival in the middle of London. It's crazy. There were so many people, and we spent a lot of our time just trying to get from one place to another by walking through hordes of people. But it's sort of part of the atmosphere of it is that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And it was it was bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. But if you're thinking of going to the Notting Hill Carnival, and if you knew very little like I did, everything's there. The costumes, the music, the street party, like it's all there and it all holds up. The costumes are phenomenal. The music is loud. The food and drink is delicious. So I can highly recommend it to anyone who wants to go. I went I think it was the hottest bank holiday on record the day I went, Monday, August, whatever it was. So we were sweltering, and a lot of them, obviously the shops and stuff are closed within that area. So we had to scavenge our way around to find a co-op that was open to buy water from. And there are some water fountains, but nowhere near as many as there should be. So I'd highly recommend going with a big bottle of water, maybe even 2 full water bottles. Have those with you, because when it's hot and you're dancing and sort of you're walking all the time, you really want to have as much water with you as possible. The other thing that's worth mentioning, a bit of advice, try and go to the toilet before you get there or the moment you get there, and try and just hold it for the rest of the time. There were a few signs around the place that would literally say, clean toilet, £2 to use, basically. And that's because, and I'm pretty sure I got a photo, and if I do, it's up on the screen now, the toilets that were provided for free were wheelie bins with the lids open, surrounded in MDF wood in like a cubicle-esque style. Those were the toilets. So I was very lucky that I arrived early that day, and not knowing that was going to be the situation, I just thought, I've got a bit of time to spare, I'll pop to the toilet now so I don't have to worry about it later. So I was the first person to use this wheelie bin, but I can't even imagine what they must have looked like at the end of the day. So, bit of advice, try and go to the toilet early, if at all. But apart from that, it's great fun. It was like nothing I've ever experienced before. I did really enjoy it. It's great to get out and see London in such a unique light, and it was a really cool thing to go do. So I highly recommend it. If you're in London while Notting Hill Carnival is on, I highly recommend checking it out. It's free, it's completely free to walk into. There's no tickets or anything. You can literally just rock up, go, stay for as long as you want, head out after being like, click, cool, done, or just go there and party for hours on end.
Thanks
so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little rundown of Notting Hill Carnival. I hope it's inspired you to go if you've been thinking about it but never got around to it. 2020, make that the year. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.